All right, we're gonna talk about everything you need to pack for Air Force basic training. Whether you're a girl, boy, non-US citizen, we're gonna talk about it all. All right, first things first, this is mandatory for everyone. Make sure you have all your important contacts, so like your mom, your dad, your spouse. Make sure you have their address, their phone number, and hand carry this with you to basic training. Whether you put it in like a folder or something, just have all that information with you when you go. Also, make sure you have your visitor's access request letter already filled out with everyone who's gonna come see you who's over the age of 18. Matter of fact, make sure you have 2 copies of that. You don't wanna lose one, something happen. You just wanna make sure you have extras. And also, you sign this form, not your recruiter. Make sure you bring cash, maybe like 2 $20 bills, a credit card, debit card, but also keep in mind that they're gonna issue you a $400 prepaid card. It's like an advance, so it's your money. The Air Force is just giving you advance pay. So don't expect to have a full check your first time around. Make sure you bring your driver's license or your state ID and not a photocopy, the actual license. And the same thing goes with your social security card. Make sure you bring that too, not a photocopy. Also, make sure you bring a copy of your spouse's driver's license, and also make sure it doesn't expire within 30 days of your graduation. Here's a big one. If you went to college and you have college transcripts, make sure you bring those. There's too many times when people go to basic training, they think they're gonna get some rank and nobody can find their transcripts. And you swear like, hey, I took college, my recruiter knows it, everybody knows it, but there's no proof. So bring your transcripts just in case anything gets lost in the way between you leaving and going to basic. All my Guard and Reserve folks, make sure you bring 2 copies of orders at least. I would say bring as many as you can. Not too much. You don't want to have a bunch of papers, but you want to have your orders because a lot of people are going to be needing them throughout your time in basic training. Also, make sure you pack enough clothes, maybe like 3 days worth of clothes, just your regular civilian clothes, in good taste. You're not there to try to go on a date and pick up people. You're not trying to look cool. You don't want to be out there in your Jordans and stilettos and things like that. You just want to wear like some regular casual clothes in good taste. You also want to keep in mind the weather. San Antonio gets hot. It hot. So if you come here in June, July, August, even September, it's hot. A lot of people don't recommend shorts, but if you're going to wear shorts, make sure they at least come down to your knee. And also make sure you don't have anything that's just going to bring attention to yourself. Like if you go to basic training with like an Air Force shirt on, or even worse, like one of my shirts down in my merchandise bar, like the Chair Force one especially, if you show up to basic training with something like that, you just asking for a bad time. Like that's on you. Also, if you are on any type of prescribed medication, make sure you bring your medications, like birth control, things like that. You want to bring that stuff. Okay, so for my females, if you go to basic training, make sure your hair is in accordance with the regulations. If you go to basic training and your hair is hot pink, they're going to make you change your hair back to a natural color, and they're going to make you do it on your dime. All right, so for your undergarments, you want to bring black or white undergarments, and you want to bring at least like 6 pairs of undergarments. You want to make sure the underwear are conservative, and you want to also make sure the bra is conservative. It's highly recommended that you all bring sports bras. And I also heard from the grapevine like one nude bra. I guess in the blues, it looks better. I don't know. Also, for like your hair ties, your pins, clips, you want to make sure they're black or they match your hair color. You don't want to have any nails on, any fingernail polish, anything like that. You can pack makeup. There's like 3 days when you get to put on some makeup. So if you wear makeup, bring your makeup. No earrings, anything like that. You also want to make sure you bring at least a week's worth of feminine supplies. Some say bring more, but you want to at least have a week's worth. All right, so for my males, pretty much everything I already said. Plus, you want to make sure that you bring like some razors for shaving. It is highly recommended that you all bring disposable razors. I know for my black males, if you shave with a razor, you have a high chance of getting pseudofolliculitis barbae, another word for ingrown hairs. You can bring the electric shavers. They are not recommended because they just cause a lot of extra work on you to keep them clean, charging and all of that, but you can bring them. So I would recommend, if you're going to bring the electric razor, also bring some disposable ones and just kind of see how it goes. All right, now for my non-US citizens, if you're trying to expedite your citizenship, there's some things you want to take care of before you actually ship off to basic training. So you're going to want to download and print a form N-400. You want to fill that form out as much as possible prior to going to basic training. You will be given an opportunity in basic training to expedite your citizenship. They're going to allow you to create an account online and start fast tracking your citizenship. So be aware of that. All right, now I'm gonna start talking about some optional items that you can bring. Y'all notice I didn't really tell you to bring a bunch of stuff, because like I said, when you all get there, they're gonna give you a backpack full of stuff. So a lot of the stuff that you think you gotta pack, they're already gonna have it. But in any event, let's say they don't have that backpack already ready to go for you, you do wanna have some minimum stuff that you wanna bring. So if you're gonna bring any type of toiletries, just make sure that they're travel size, and also make sure that they have the original like packaging on them and everything. Spandex, if you're the type of person who wants to wear the spandex so you don't start chafing and everything, I would recommend you bring 3 pairs of spandex pants that you can wear up underneath your pants. Make sure that these spandex pants are either black or dark blue in color. And you don't want like any visible like logos or anything like that too loud on the pants. If you're gonna bring a watch, it's a conservative watch, maybe like one of those old school ones. But you also wanna make sure you can get one with like a timer on it. That way you can, if you're doing your run times and things like that, you have a timer. You do not wanna bring a smartwatch or any type of watch that has like Bluetooth or Wi-Fi capabilities. Make sure you bring your cell phone, and also make sure you bring a cell phone charger. If you want to one up it, you can also bring one of them little blocks. I forget what they call it, but it basically can charge your phone. Like you can just hook it up. It of course has to be charged too, but if you have one with a full charge on it, it might be good for you in your trip to tech school. You got that little power block. Also, if you're a religious person and you're looking for any type of religious accommodations, make sure you bring those. Also make sure you bring your Bible. It's okay for you to have all that stuff. As far as like any type of religious accommodations, you got to get that routed with your recruiter prior to going to basic training. Also, make sure you bring a good pair of running shoes. Shoes that feel good for you. You don't want to try to save a buck on running shoes because you will be running a lot in basic training. If you got some cheap shoes, you might feel it. You might end up getting hurt. So I highly recommend you all get some good shoes that you feel comfortable in running in. Also, for your boots, you will be marching a lot. So if you know that your feet get a little sore from doing long walks and stuff like that, I recommend getting some insoles to bring along to basic training as well. Also, something to keep in mind, when you get to basic training, it might be okay for you to wear your contacts for like the first few days, but when you get issued your glasses, you can no longer wear any contacts. So I would say don't even try to wear them, just have them. You can have them so when you graduate and go to tech school, you got your contacts, but just I would highly recommend you bring some glasses instead of trying to wear your contacts. Also, make sure you are getting yourself in shape and make sure that you are learning all the memory work and stuff that you need to know prior to going to basic training. Hey, I'm not even the one who like knows everything. I'm basically getting all my information from this app called the Aim High app. It tells you everything you need to know prior to going to basic training, like your memory work, how to work out. It even tells you, if you weren't listening to this video, what to pack. They have a checklist on what you need to have packed prior to going to basic training. So if you didn't learn anything from this video, you can go over to the Aim High app and check it out. For my people who aren't even in a delayed entry program, you're trying to get into one, but that ASVAB is kicking your butt, I got a great video that tells you everything you need to know to prepare for the ASVAB and boost those scores up. It's on the screen right now, so go ahead and check it out. Like I always say, I hope this video brought value to you. Stay beautiful, stay classy, and until next time, check me out.